Michi dwellers, we're back. Konbanwa.
Konbanwa.
It's the first week of the new year has passed at the time of recording this.
Oh.
Zombies are now patrolling the streets, but we're in here cozy, studying Japanese, and we'd like for you to join us.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah. So, zombies are generally pretty monotonous creatures, and we may be going over some monotonous material today, but it's very important that you know it because they're numbers, and we're going to do our best to make it fun. As usual, I am joined with Jay Sensei. He's ready, locked and loaded. He's gonna be able to count how many bullets he's got.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. Me, on the other hand, well, I'm taking it as it goes. So,
what Tarik's
Jay
trying to
Sensei.
say is that, like, we have a lesson that's heavily emphasizing numbers, and Tarik has a little bit of a numerophobia.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way of putting it. I'm numerophobic.
So we'll try
Well,
to
I'm-
cast a line and, like, reel him in so that way he doesn't run away too much, because this lesson's going to help you, people out there who like to buy things at stores with money in Japanese.
Wait, Jay Sensei, I like buying things.
At stores?
Yeah.
With money?
I mean, if I can trade some children instead, yeah, but
Then this lesson is totally for you. Now, unless if you're like
that's
living
how I
on
buy the children.
that's how you buy the children, you give them back. Run now. So unless if you live in a commune, this lesson should be very beneficial and practical. And we'll just kind of dive straight into it. Yeah.
All right. Beginner Season 1, Episode 8 of Fundamental Mechanics of Japanese. Real quick, remember, you have a rewind button, you got a slow-mo button, you got a fast-forward button. Learn at your own pace and to your heart's content. We're here for you. Rewind if you need to. And remember, this is serialized. You got 8 episodes before this if you are a beginner. And that's about it. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah. Like last time we saw how to like tell the time in Japanese, right? Well, this is
Right.
kind of part 2 of that too. So if you missed that lesson, definitely go back and watch that first and then come back here, because then we'll also show you how you can count to 99 in addition to talking about the price of things. And
Oh my god.
with all that in mind, let's go ahead and read today's conversation.
Wait. Before we start, this is the setting.
Yeah.
We're going post-apocalyptic. Daichi and the Tein. What does Tein mean, Sensei?
Oh yeah, let's say that together one more time. Tein.
Tein.
I know it's like spelled like Tenin, but there's this like weird thing in Japanese where if you have like an n coming before an in, then that like gets thrown to the back, and it's almost like you have a long e sound. So instead of in, we say tein.
Tein. Naruhodo.
Let's do 2 other words that have that real quick, like a full like a train that's full of people. Main.
Mine.
It's like written man-in, but you gotta pronounce it main.
Mine.
And finally, like if you want to say like everyone in a room, it's zain.
Zane.
Even though it's written zen-in, you would say zain.
Wakata.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the setting, right?
Mhm.
As we mentioned before, there's a zombie apocalypse taking place. And Daichi, he decided to seek refuge inside a quickie mart, or as they would call in Japan, a kombini, correct?
Yeah.
So in that time, him and the Teim, which means store clerk, they built a little rapport with each other. So now they're able to joke. And, it's tough times. They're running out of conversation material.
Well, Daichi, he had a shotgun and the Tain had a grenade, so very quickly you learn how to become friends.
One has peanut butter, one has jelly. Now let's make a sandwich. Who's
Oh,
Daichi?
nice.
Who's the Tein?
Well,
Sensei.
I'll go ahead and be the Tain. So can you be
All right.
Daichi-san?
I can. All right, let's
Arigato.
go. Sumimasen. このリンゴはいくら？
あ、50円。
そうか。安いね。そのバナナはいくら？
このバナナは92円。
そうか。高いね。このコーヒーはいくら？
無料。
本当？
いや、嘘。100円だよ。
Wow, they're really resorting to riveting conversation over here, aren't they?
Yeah, they sure are. Let's go ahead and break that down with very nicely pronounced pronunciation. All right, we first have Sumimasen. このリンゴはいくら? Tarik, what does that mean?
Excuse me, this apple, how much is it?
Nice. 50円.
That is 50 yen.
そっか。安いね。そのバナナはいくら?
Oh, is that so? That's cheap. And how much is that banana?
このバナナは92円.
This banana is 92 yen.
そうか。高いね。このコーヒーはいくら?
Really? Oh, that's expensive. How much is this coffee?
無料.
It's free.
本当?
Really?
いや、嘘。100円だよ。
No, just kidding. It's 100 yen. Pay up. Well, pay up's not there, but you know.
The feeling was.
Uh-huh.
Let's hear that same conversation now using polite Japanese, because usually when you're at a store, you would never use casual Japanese.
Yeah.
Um,
So this is not during a zombie apocalypse. This is Daichi trying to figure out what the economy is looking like for food prices in the year 2023.
ooh.
So here we go. Sumimasen, このリンゴはいくらですか?
50円です。
そうですか? 安いですね。そのバナナはいくらですか?
このバナナは92円です。
そうですか。高いですね。このコーヒーはいくらですか?
あ、無料ですよ。
本当ですか?
いや、嘘です。100円ですよ。It'd be so
Trickster's gonna be
funny.
a trickster.
Yeah. You know, listeners, it would be so great if you ever met a store clerk that was like this in Japan, but I'm gonna like go out on a limb here and bet that you probably never will.
They're far and few.
Like sarcasm it exists in Japan, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It does. And anyone who tells you that sarcasm doesn't exist in Japan is just not smart enough to pick up on it. Ooh,
Right.
I know some people are going to hate that, but
Yeah,
it's
well,
kind of true.
Let him hate. Let him hate.
Like, but this level of sarcasm, admittedly, especially between strangers, wouldn't exist.
Big place. Yeah, there's some formal walls that you need to break through, and we'll get there. We'll get there in a lesson or two.
Yeah, or one. Who knows?
Oh.
A little bit of foreshadowing. All right, now let's go ahead and check out today's vocabulary. 単語の時間です。
All right. So, the first word that we have is a very interesting word. It correct me if I'm wrong, Jay Sensei, but this is a loan word.
Yeah, it's a cognate from the land of English.
Ah, and it is konbini. Konbini. And it is basically the word convenience store just condensed into fewer syllables and one word.
Yeah, imagine a really cool lover that you've had in the past, and then imagine all their good parts and their bad parts. Imagine that you took an axe and you hacked off all their bad parts and you're just left with the good part. That's like konbini, because like originally it was konbiniansu store, but like that's really long, so they just kept konbini.
Ah. That analogy scares me because if they were to cut out all the bad parts, there would be nothing left of me.
But the girls who are attracted to you, your bad parts are your good parts, so.
That is very true. Well, that's some good knowledge. Speaking of knowledge, what is the next word, Jay Sensei?
Well, this next word has a real good ring to it. It's ringo.
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 That's apple. You know, kind of what Eve gave Adam and cursed humanity for an eternity.
I wish it was a mango. What if it was a mango? That'd be sweet.
Imagine an alternate dimension where instead of apples being a symbol of knowledge, it's mangoes.
That would be delicious.
It doesn't pack the same punch, I feel.
Yeah. And just in case you're wondering, the company is Apple, not Ringo. That's like a number 3.
All right. So you want to buy the apple and you're wondering, how much is it? How do you say that, Jay Sensei?
Well, if I was a polite fellow, I would say, O ikura, O ikura, O ikura.
But if you are a bad boy, how would you say it?
Kore o kure. Give it to me. I don't even ask how much it costs. But, like, otherwise I would say, just like ikura, 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 ikura.
And that's if you're a moderate boy.
Yeah. And usually you still follow up with like, ikura desu ka? Or, o ikura desu ka?
So the next one, it seems pretty straightforward. I'm not a fan of these fruits personally, but I'm sure Donkey Kong is.
Ooh.
It's banana. And how do you pronounce that, Jay Sensei?
Banana. Banana. I think the hard thing for a lot of English speakers is not changing the vowel, because when we pronounce it in English, we say b, and then na. So we actually change the vowel twice, but in Japanese, it's always so banana.
So think of getting banned, and then na 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 na.
Na 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 na.
No 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 no. Banana. Okay.
Banana.
Banana. All right. Next up, it's what you use to purchase the banana, and it is what, Jay Sensei?
It's N, N. And isn't this kind of a surprise? Because like in English we call it yen.
That's true. Yeah. And
Yeah,
they
but
just shorten that.
we don't
Why
use the Y.
do we call it yen? I don't understand.
You know, like in Japanese, like a long time ago, there was a yi sound and there was a yes sound, but over time, it stopped being used. You know, like and this is more like a thing I've heard, a theory, and I don't know how true it is, but the different parts of Japan had vastly different ways of speaking Japanese, especially before things got standardized in like the 1800s. And we kind of got the Japanese like yen system. Like it's not super old, but like probably the ways to describe it came quite a long time ago, like before we have our modern systems for romaji and stuff. So that's why it's like different.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So this next word could be used to describe the hookers most of you listeners buy. What is it, Jay Sensei?
Yasui. That's so mean. To the hookers. Yasui. Yasui. And it means cheap.
Yeah, and this one describes the hookers that I buy. This next word. Yeah. What does it just say?
And it's Takai. Takai. Takai.
And this next word is used to explain myself when it came to the previous two words that we learned. And what does it, Jay Sensei?
Uso. Uso. That means lie. Or just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, totally kidding. I'm the one that gets the cheap hookers, and you guys are the ones that get the expensive ones.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Uso.
So. You know, like a lot of people who have a hard time with like jokes and humor tend to really love numbers, don't you think?
Oh my god. Here we go.
And the opposite is true as well. Well, we're going to pick up where we left off last time, where we ended our counting session at 19. Because today we're going to first start out with how to be able to say two-digit numbers, then we're going to start out with the decimals of 10. So 20, 30, 40, and so on. And the way you do this is you take your ju from last time, and you're going to put another number in front of your ju, and then times it by your ju.
I will go on record and say we are not affiliated with Kanye West, nor share any of his beliefs, values, or anything of that sort.
No, this is like, like J-U-U, not J-E-W.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
We good.
All right.
So, like, let's say that
That's not to say that we're excluding the other Jews, you know?
we like all Jews.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Are you ready for this? Let's say that there was 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you would put 2 in front of 10 as like a multiplication problem and say need you, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Tarik, what if like you wanted to say 50? What would you put in front of Jew that time?
Gojuu.
Correct. All right. Now, what if you wanted to say like 80?
Hachiju.
Hachiju. Yeah, good.
Could I say Hachiju?
Hachiju?
Hachiju.
That sounds a little weird. Why are you saying it like that?
Last lesson we learned that we could cut out like some of the eyes.
Oh, so the J right there, it doesn't allow for it because that's a voiced consonant.
Okay.
So we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 for 40. And you could probably say shiju, but no one really does. And then for 70, you might be able to say shiju, but it's just not as common. Now, going back to Gojuu, right? Well, if you want to say any other number after like the interval of 10, so for example, like 21 or 22 or 31, 32, you take the same thing. So for the case of 21, we would do niju, and then we just add 1. So niju ichi.
Niju ichi.
Perfect. So what would 22 be?
Niju ni.
Good. And let's go ahead and go all the way to 29. Take it away.
23.
23.
24.
24.
25.
That was 25.
26.
That was 26.
27.
27.
28.
28. And the last one?
29.
Now, Tarik, why don't I say need you, Jew?
Because that would be grammatically incorrect?
Yeah, we would just go to Sanju next, because it's
Used
30.
to be, a Jew.
Not. So, Tarik, what is the speed limit in Israel?
A Jew?
It's 55, because what is 55?
Go, Jew, go?
Nice. Have you not heard that before?
No.
Oh, that's so funny. I thought, that's great.
That's great.
It's 55. So that gets you all the way to 99. You just got to memorize that pattern that we talked about there. So, for example, 99 would be kyuujuuni. And all of that stuff's going to be really useful when you want to talk about the time in Japanese, because in business situations and at train stations, when you're looking at timetables, you'll realize real quick, they're using 24-hour time.
Oh, no.
So we learned last time that we can take a number and add G to the end. And what does that do, Tarik?
It just tells you that it's, say, if it's ichiji, then it's 1 o'clock. If it's niji, it's 2 o'clock. Sanji, 3 o'clock, so on and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to pick up from 13 o'clock, which would be like saying 1 p.m. And what would 13 o'clock be?
13 o'clock would be ju sanji.
Then we have juyoji. All right, now listeners, I want you to think before Tarik gives us the answer. What would 2 p.m. or 14 o'clock be?
Juyoji.
Juyoji. Now, we don't use the n here either, just like before when we said yoji for 4 o'clock. Let's now look at 15 o'clock or 3 p.m.
Jugoji. Jugoji.
Next is 4 p.m. or 16 o'clock.
Jurokuji. Jurokuji.
Next, we have 5 p.m. or 17 o'clock.
17時。17時。
Now, there's another way of saying this that I'm going to add in real quick. That is probably a little more common. We have it already there in the kana. So, Tarik, go ahead and give us a read of this one as well.
17 o'clock. 17時。17時。
Next, we have 6 p.m. or 18 o'clock.
18時。18時。
Next is 19 o'clock or 7 p.m.
19時。19時。
So, next we have 20 o'clock or 8 p.m.
20時。20時。
Next, we have 9 p.m. or 21 o'clock.
21時。21時。
That's then followed by 10 p.m., otherwise known as 22 o'clock.
22時。22時。
Then we have 11 p.m. or 23 o'clock.
23時。23時。
And
Hopefully you're seeing a pattern by now.
Tarik, what is the way to say 24 o'clock?
Reiji.
Yeah, we don't. It's just Reiji. In other words, 0 o'clock.
0 o'clock. That's my new band.
Reiji. Well, cool. So that is how to tell time in 24-hour time. And, in a future season, we're going to go over how to tell time down to the minute. So please stick around for that. We'll get to that lesson sooner than you think. So,
Oh, my God. More numbers.
numbers are good. Now, just like we added G to the end of a number to say the time that something happens, the hour, we add N after a number to say how much something costs. So let's say that something costs 24 yen. What would we say, Tarik?
24 yen.
Good. 24 yen desu. It's 24 yen. So Tarik, what if I said Gojuu goen?
That's 55 yen, motherfucker.
True. And finally, you asked for it, so we're giving it to you. 100 in Japanese is hyaku. So how would we say 100 yen?
100 yen. Da yo.
Very cool. Yep, 100 yen. And hey, Tarik, did you know that they don't call dollar stores in Japan dollar stores, but they call them 100 yen stores, and it's called hyakin.
Oh, hyakin.
Yeah, and it comes from 100 yen.
Something tells me, maybe you taught this to me before, but is there a way to say, like, I'm feeling 100%?
Like 100%.
100%.
If I was wanting to tell someone I feel 100%, I would say like zekocho desu.
Right. We did go over that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like
Zekocho.
100% by itself is just 100%.
100%. 俺は100%じゃねえ。
I'm not 100%. 100% 元気だぜ. I'm like 100% doing well.
すごいね。
Like, I've never heard anyone else use that before. I'd try it.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
So, Jay Sensei, do we have a naughty word of the day today?
Nope.
Wait, what? Really?
Uso.
Oh, right. That's a lie.
And that is the naughty word of the day. It's uso.
You and your bag of tricks, man. I swear to God.
Yeah, and this one really is seriously a bag of tricks. This word is used for so many different expressions. Tarik, did you know last week I found out I'm going to have a second baby?
Uso?
Yeah, so you can use it to say, no way. Uso.
And suppose you're not kidding, how would I say congratulations?
That would be, omedetou gozaimasu.
What? Oh my gato? What?
Sorry, omedetou gozaimasu.
Omedetou gozaimasu for your hypothetical baby.
Ooh, Arigatou gozaimasu. And so we have the pronunciation is a little bit different, but it's important. Like, so when you want to say like no way, it's like uso.
Uso.
Good. But then if you're just like kidding, it's kind of like a little bit more higher pitch and you can be like uso da yo.
Uso da
Like, don't believe me, it's a lie. I'm kidding. So in this example, we're saying literally, you must not believe him because that is a lie. But it's kind of like saying, don't believe him, he's lying. Go ahead and repeat after me. 信じたダメだよ。
信じちゃダメだよ。
あれは嘘だよ。
あれは嘘だよ。
Good. And then a person who lies or a liar is 嘘つき.
嘘つき.
So if you want to be like, you're a liar, that would be お前は嘘つきだ。
嘘つきじゃね
嘘つきだよ。
え。嘘つきじゃねえ。
嘘つくな。Don't lie. So, yeah, if you want to get in a yelling match with your neighbor. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this lesson to a close. Today, we learned how to count all the way up to 99, no, 100 even. And we learned how to tell the time in Japanese using 24-hour time, so you can read the timetables and stuff at the station and read business emails. And what was the last thing we talked about, Tarik?
Real fun stuff. The last stuff we talked about, how to tell the time in Japanese.
And the
And the price of things.
That's correct. And uso.
Uso.
And next time, we're going to
learn how to order food in Japanese.
That's right. So
That should be fun.
we'll
if you're a hungry boy like me, you're gonna enjoy that next episode.
Yep, we're going to give you the most essential, fundamental, absolutely required expressions, all that you need to at least get food on your table. So that way, if they're like, do you need an English menu? You can be like, hell nah.
Yeah, English menu ga iranai.
Yeah, yurimasen yo. That sounds kind of cocky. Maybe like, 大丈夫です. Oh, I'm okay.
Ah,
日本語のメニューでもいいんです. Like, just give me the 日本語のやつ.
cocky's part of my brand, baby.
Yeah, so everybody, 今日も一緒に勉強してくれてありがとうございます. Thanks for starting with us today. And we look forward to seeing you next time. また次のレッスンでお会いしましょう。またね。バイバイ。失礼します。